What's up, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I want to talk a little bit about following on from the Snyder Cut and, apparently Warner Brothers having no plans to continue this. And I don't know how long this video is going to go on for, but I'm just going to say it straight. What on earth are you guys thinking? Seriously, I honest to God have no clue what you guys are thinking. Now look, I don't run a studio, I don't know the ins and the outs. There could be a whole lot of controversy, or not even controversy, just hard work surrounding it or whatever. But Warner Brothers, I think I speak for every fan, right? Not just DC fans, just fans of movies in general, right? I have never seen so many people rally behind one movie in so long. The support for this movie is unanimously off the chain. Everyone's involved, everyone's invested, everyone wants a slice, everyone wants to see this continue, everyone wants to see this evolve. I don't understand why you don't want to continue it. You spent all this money to bring it back. Why not continue it? Go in this direction. Use Aquaman 2, use Wonder Woman 1984, use Shazam, use Black Adam. Now the one thing I'm hoping for Black Adam, right, is Black Adam is The Rock. Now, The Rock has some major power in terms of Hollywood, okay? Major power. And I am hoping that he says to the executives, look, can we get Henry Cavill in my movie, please? Superman versus Black Adam, let's go. Let's go. Like, I'm hoping that's what is said. And I'm hoping that, Shazam's in the mix at some point. He was teased at the end of Shazam, Superman. He was teased at the end, and we never really saw him just because there was that whole, controversy. Keep saying controversy. That whole thing with Henry Cavill. But Warner Brothers, Henry Cavill, as far as I can tell, loves playing Superman. People love Henry Cavill as Superman. How have you not done a Man of Steel 2? How are we getting Superman and Lois before Man of Steel 2? Now, I'm not trying to rag on Superman and Lois. I've heard that's got some pretty good reviews. I've heard people have a lot of good things to say about it. Comment down below, guys, if you think I should check it out. I've been a bit skeptical of the CW shows ever since Arrow ended. Like, that was kind of my jumping off point. But I feel like DC is missing the mark. They're missing the mark here, man. Absolutely. Like, Warner Brothers, you're missing the mark. You're absolutely missing the mark. You're genuinely missing the mark. It literally reminds me, right, of cutting support for the game Battlefront 2, right, as you've got Clone Wars Season 7, Mandalorian Season 2. It's like that. It's like, how can you see how that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever? It's just like, wouldn't it be in your interest to keep that going, and then we can funnel it? Just like this. People want to see this continue. You don't end it like that, with all those loose plot threads, and then just say, you know what, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it now. You can't do that. Now, I think if the fans make enough noise, and I think if again, numbers and money and stats, that's why I've said profusely, I signed up to another streaming service just to watch this movie. The minute it released, I didn't watch it a day later. I didn't watch it, the morning after. I watched it the minute it was released. I squeezed it in before I went to work because I was excited. And admittedly, I was skeptical. I wasn't very excited beforehand. I was kind of like, because I was so let down by the 2017 debacle, disaster, right? And again, I remember a time the Justice League was bigger than the Avengers. In the late 90s and the early 2000s, the Justice League cartoons were running the show. You barely saw anything Avengers. All you saw from Marvel around them was X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man. Those main things. You didn't see, and like the Incredible Hulk show and all that, but you didn't see the Avengers being everywhere, because Spider-Man is the poster boy of Marvel, not the Avengers. Spider-Man is. Now it's flipped. The Avengers are the poster boys or girls or whatever, and Spider-Man's just involved. It's interesting. But I remember a time where the Justice League was dominant. It was in everything. Justice League Unlimited, the TV show that was amazing. It had such rich characters, stories. And DC has some of the best animated films I've ever seen under the Red Hood. I'll say no more. Like, that is one of my favourite animated films. One of my favourite ones. And it's just a shame that they can't translate it from show to screen. Warner Brothers, you have a golden opportunity here. I have no idea if anyone's going to see this from Warner Brothers. I have no idea if anyone else is even going to care. But this is just me putting my thoughts out there. You are making a grave error, a big mistake, by not continuing the Snyderverse. You have something good. You have something good here. You have your own thing. You have your own foundation, your own narrative, your own story. We don't need to wait 20 movies for you to bring Deathstroke and Mirror into the crew, because you've already done it. That's cool. You can do your own thing. You don't have to be Marvel. And it starts with this. This is literally just the biggest error I have seen. I don't understand the idea to not continue this. Now, I'm pretty sure it was, they asked someone within the company and they said there's no plans to continue it. And honest to God, I hope that's not the case. You have something good here, Warner Brothers. You really do. And I was skeptical of this. Like, I wasn't really amped for the Snyder Cut. I was like, I'll watch it, but, I'm not, like, losing my rag over it. I watched it, and Christ, I've watched it again. I've watched it again since, because it's that good. Like, sometimes I like just rewatching it just while I'm working on other stuff. And it's amazing to me. So Warner Brothers, whoever, continue this universe. Continue it. Build upon, look, you've got, like, right, here's the problem. You've got Michael Keaton potentially coming back. You've got Ben Affleck uncertain and up in the air. Then you've got Robert Pattinson. Then you had the guy who voiced a Batman. I've forgotten. It's the most famous one. I'm going to get reeled in the comments. But you had him come back for Crisis on Infinite Earths. And, there's just so much, like, saturation. You're just doing stuff for the sake of doing it now. There's no real roadmap. There's no real plan. You just... Kevin Conroy, that's it. There you go. How did I forget that? Like, you're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I think I can forgive the little inconsistencies. Like when they're underwater and they're talking in bubbles. You cut to the first Aquaman film, they don't do that. But that's just like a little inconsistency. I don't mind that. But ultimately, there is something good here. There is something really good. This represents nothing more than just a complete error. A complete and utter error on their part. And I really hope that we as fans have made enough noise to the point, and we've made enough noise with our wallets, may I add, to the point where they would consider carrying this on. Man of Steel 2. Where is it? Man of Steel came out in 2013. We're now like 7 years later. Where's the second one? We got Superman and Lois and Batwoman and all this other shtick instead of Man of Steel 2. Honest to God, I don't understand it. And again, I'm not throwing shade at those two shows. I'm just saying that the commitment to getting them out there. I know it's different studios in a sense, different departments even, and there's a lot of things that go into it. But I honest to God do not know how you have literally the most iconic character, right? The iconic superhero character in Superman. Like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. Them three are the most iconic. Yes, you can argue Captain America. Yes, you can argue Iron Man. Yes, you can argue Thor. I'm talking about the big three. Everyone knows these three. These are staples. Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. These three in particular. You have two of them. What are you doing? Hell, you have a streaming service now. You could do what Disney are doing with Star Wars. You could do streaming service like shows. Like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, tearing it up right now. WandaVision, tearing it up right now. You could do a Batman series with Ben Affleck if you don't want to do a movie. You could do a series with it. You could really explore these characters more. You could really delve into it. You could continue the story. You can enrich it. You could build upon that. You could set up Justice League 2 properly. Bring Ryan Choi into the mix. Bring Martian Manhunter into the team. Like... But you decide no. I don't understand this at all. I really don't get this. And I tell you what, while I was watching the Snyder Cut, I'm sat there and I'm thinking to myself, how did this get cut? How did that get cut? How did that get cut? And you can't say it's a creative decision because it ultimately it takes away every meaningful arc from every character. Every character. Cyborg was the heart and soul of this movie. The absolute heart and soul. Flash actually felt like he was significant to the fight. Batman as well. It didn't feel like Batman was just being saved by everyone. Batman was holding his own. He was the Batman from Batman vs Superman. He was going to town. Obviously against like Superman and Wonder Woman, Batman's not going to hold a candle. But you know what I mean. The characters were done justice. No pun intended. Aquaman was a little bit better in this one. Wonder Woman was on fire. And I tell you what, Superman and the black suit and the entrance and the theme and the revised Man of Steel theme, amazing. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Perfect. It was crying. It was incredible. It was amazing. You have something brilliant here. Even if you come out and say, look, we're not sure how this is going to go, but we're going to give Zack Snyder, we're going to give him Justice League 2. We're going to see what he's got in the pipeline. We're going to give him Justice League 2, and then we're going to go from there. Or we're going to continue up with a Batman series versus Deathstroke, and we'll continue setting the Justice Leagues up and Justice League 2 up. But no, you're just completely you're leaving it. You're sitting on a gold mine. You are sitting on a gold mine. Like, look, let's not forget fans. This is show business, okay? And as much as us fans love these things are made in the effect of business because you got to make money. These are big budget movies. They need to make a return. How are you sitting on this gold mine? Look at the buzz that is created across YouTube, social media, the internet, everything. Even casual people I know have come up to me and asked me about this. Should I watch it? Should I go and see it? We'll go and see it. Should I, watch it? Should I sign up for a trial even just to watch it? And I say, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, because you'll be blown away. You'll be blown away. The aspect ratio takes a bit of getting used to, but it's because of the way it's shot. It's shot so you get more of the picture. It's just because it's kind of angled with the bars on the sides. It looks smaller, but it's not, in a way. It's just visual. It's not what you're visually used to, in a sense. And that's how it would have looked in the cinemas, and it would have been freaking amazing. But I just don't understand why they're sat on this gold mine and they're not taking advantage. Warner Brothers, you want your answer to the MCU? This is it. You don't need to do what Marvel's doing. What Marvel's doing has taken since 2008, if not even earlier, with careful planning, construction, groundwork, foundation, narrative, roadmap, and storytelling. They are already 5 years ahead of the current story. They probably know everything about how these shows are going to wrap up. They know everything about who the next villain's going to be. They know everything about where these characters are going to end up. They know everything about the next Avengers movies. They probably know exactly where they're going. Now, will they change stuff as they're going along? Of course, it's part of the creative process. Duh. But ultimately, they know where they're going, and they've been at it since 2008. Now, regardless, you do get an Iron Man 3. You do get a Thor the Dark World. You do get what's another one? A Captain Marvel here or there, Where most people like it, but you can find problems, in a sense, right? But overall, it's consistent. And I kind of really enjoy Iron Man 3, if I have to be honest. Besides the Mandarin twist, other than that, I really enjoy it. I just like the idea of taking Tony, making Tony just be himself and seeing what the man behind the suit is. But it's taken careful roadmap and planning. And you guys don't have that. You don't have that. And I don't think you're ever going to have that. Because you don't have a Kevin Feige involved. And despite what people think of the sequel trilogy, you don't have a Kathleen Kennedy, right? Someone who's going to say, look, we've screwed the pooch with this trilogy a little bit. Let's start winning some fans back. Let's have Ahsoka be brought into live action. Thank you, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Let's bring Luke back for a little bit. And I'm not trying to get in arguments with you Star Wars fans about that. She's a producer. She has to say yes for these shows to exist. You can't just pick and choose because it's bad she's involved. Oh, well, it's good she's not involved. I'm not trying to get in that discussion. But the point is, they have someone leading the charge that's making creative, or not even creative, just decisions on what goes where. No one at Warner Brothers is doing that. You're just releasing stuff. Right, let's release another Batman movie. Different character, different version. But we've already got a Batman. Oh, no, but we don't have him. No, but you do now. Oh, let's bring back the other Batman from, like, the original one. Like, do you see where the confusion lies? And I'm pretty sure people have said that this is the thing with DC, is it's more of a shared universe, like everything's connected in a multiverse sense. And I'm just saying, Marvel is going that direction, and they're going to do it in a much better way than you guys. A much better way. But this is the point. You don't need to be Marvel. Just be you. The Snyderverse is your foundation for something good. And who knows, maybe the Snyderverse 8 years from now, let's say on Justice League 4 or whatever. And, you know, we look back and we go, you know what? It laid the foundation for another universe where all these characters were set up properly and all that kind of stuff. Or just run with this, because you're going to keep rebooting it. You're going to keep rebooting it. You're going to keep restarting, rebooting, restarting, rebooting, restarting, rebooting, restarting. Like you're bloody trying to plug in a computer in a tech shop. No. No, no, no. Stop rebooting. Stop restarting. Just carry on. Carry on. Did Marvel reboot when they did the Mandarin twist? No. They just brought the real Mandarin down the line for Shang-Chi. And I have no doubt in my mind that Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, you know, Iron Man was involved with the Ten Rings. You're going to get references to that, of how they hired some guy to be the poster boy. And he's like, yeah, you guys dealt with the fake. I'm the real Mandarin. Stuff like that. You work around it. You don't just disregard it. You just work around it. You work around it. But you guys aren't doing that. But you can. You can. Man of Steel, one of my favourite superhero movies probably of all time. I love that movie. It's brilliant. And I'm a big fan of the original Christopher Reeve movies. You know, I used to watch them a lot as a kid. Brilliant. Batman vs Superman. I like it more than I dislike it. I'm about 70-30 on it. But overall, pretty solid. Besides Doomsday, pretty solid. Justice League. The first Justice League that came out. The less said about that, the better. This Justice League that came out, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Win, win, win. This is it. Right here. I really don't understand how they don't see it's a critical error. This needs to happen. Like, it's just such a waste of what you have here. You have something good. And I sincerely hope that you guys just, you know... I sincerely hope that you guys get on your grind, you know? You guys have something good here. And people will show up. People rally behind this Snyder Cut that are just casuals. Because it means so much to so many people. This movie has become almost part of the culture. It's not even a movie anymore. It's become almost a thing where everyone is rallying behind it. Everyone. More of this. More of this. Right, less of Save Martha. Less of that. And more of this. Yes. Right here. It's right in front of you. It's there. You have it. Again, like, as I've said before, I don't like what happened with Doomsday. I feel like Doomsday was wasted, because Doomsday's a character you build up to kill off Superman for the emotional pull, but they did it too early. But ultimately, I let it go, because it is a different universe. It's not going to follow the same rules as the comics. It's going to be a little bit more different. And as long as there's a roadmap, I may not like every single thing that's involved with it, but hey, I'm along for the ride. So come on. Justice League 2, let's go. Man of Steel 2. Man of Steel 2. Stop delaying it. Man of Steel 2, make it happen. Obviously, if the story deems, you know, obviously if there's a good enough story for it, don't just make it to make it. But, you know what I mean. I'm sure Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder have got ideas of where they could go for a Man of Steel 2. And you've got Martian Manhunter in the mix now. He could be a Man of Steel 2. He could work with Superman. You can have these characters crossing over with each other now. This is why Marvel is succeeding, and you guys are failing. Because it's the little things. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 1. Spoilers, by the way. Episode 1. Falcon's giving his monologue, right? But Sam's giving his monologue, and Rhodey's just chilling there. Now, to us, it's a big deal, because it's like, oh my god, it's War Machine. He's here. But in universe, it's not a big deal, because War Machine probably just lives down the road. You know? That's where Marvel is at. They can do that. And we don't really go angry and get pissed off, because Falcon's military and War Machine's military. It makes sense. That's where you guys can build up to. You could have Shazam and Superman crossing over. You could have Black Adam going up against Superman. You know, there's so much cool stuff that you guys could do. And I really hope that you take advantage of it. You know, you're sat on a gold mine. You really are. And Darkseid, oh my god. Wow. Whoa. Like, I mean, Thanos is a villain that has the logic and he has the motivation and the drive. But what I love about Darkseid is he is a classic villain. Bad to the bone, ruthless. He doesn't care, he doesn't negotiate, he doesn't talk. You know, like when Doctor Strange and Thanos are talking in Infinity War, Darkseid won't even do that. He'll just try and take your head off, you know. He won't negotiate. He'll want to just take over. And this is where you guys can thrive because you're different in that respect. Take advantage, DC. Take advantage, Warner Brothers. HBO, get on it. Take advantage. Let's get it rolling. I saw even something that Ryan Reynolds would consider coming back as Hal Jordan. If he really wants to come back as Green Lantern, despite how how badly received that movie was, even though I don't think it's too bad, but it does have its problems. If he's willing to come back for a redemption, then that should show you where it's at. Bring him back as Hal Jordan. Have that movie be connected to the Snyder movies. And then have someone cast as Jon Stewart. You could have 2 Green Lanterns running around. You could have a Man of Steel 2. Lots of potential. Lots of potential. Don't squander this. You have a great chance in front of you, guys. You really do. And I'll tell you what, I speak for all the fans when I say the Snyder Cut was incredible. Incredible. Brilliant. Not perfect, in my opinion. Not a 10 out of 10. A few things wrong with it. Well, not wrong with it, but a few things I would have done differently, or that I didn't really, you know. But overall, you know, I thought it was solid. It was 4 hours of epicness. 4 hours of brilliance. And you can watch it in stages, you can watch it in parts, so you can digest what really happened. Lots of great stuff. And the scene where Superman puts the black suit on, and you have both of his fathers talking. Yeah, you have his Krypton father, you have his Earth father, both talking. Giving him motivation, giving him wisdom. Both of them, both of his parents. There's nothing better than that father-son thing, you know? Hell, that's why I look at Rise of Skywalker in the way I do, because Han and Ben. Use it. And shout out to Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder, because, man, I don't know what you guys were smoking when you cut out Cyborg scenes in the 2017 movie. What were you doing? You actually root for his character in this one. You root for Flash. You dig Aquaman a bit more. Wonder Woman is the glue that holds the team together. Batman is the, you know, he's aside from being rich, he's a badass. And Superman's entrance, oh, I can't get over how good that was. Guys and girls, leave your comments down below. You know, let's show love and show support for this, because honest to God, I want this to continue. You can't end on that. You can't end on it. I want it to continue. I want the Snyderverse to continue. I want Justice League to continue. I want Ben Affleck back as Batman. I want Henry Cavill back on as Superman, Man of Steel 2. And think of the next roster. You've got the main 6, right? Think of the next roster. You have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg. Then you have Martian Manhunter, you know, Ryan Choi, potential, Shazam, potential. Don't waste it. And I tell you what, Darkseid isn't Steppenwolf. You know, Steppenwolf, Superman can deal with him. Darkseid is a challenge for Superman. You need people like Shazam. You need people like Martian Manhunter. Because Darkseid don't play no games. So utilize the characters that you've got coming up. Utilize them. Take advantage. Hell, you brought Joker back for that scene at the end, Jared Leto's version. And, you know, I'm still not completely sold on his Joker, but he was much better in this than he was in Suicide Squad, I'll say that. But yeah, man. Restore the Snyderverse. Restore it. Get this trending. We got the Snyder Cut, and now we're getting this trending. Now, again, as I've said, the Snyder Cut, yes, it's a win for the fans, but there is a lot of business decision as to why it came to be. But ultimately, I think we can all agree, we need to really support this. Restore the Snyderverse. Restore it. And you can still have the Batman Matt Reeves movie. You can still have other stuff. You know, get the Flash movie back on track. You know, Come on, Warner Brothers. Come on, DC. Get it together. We're here with you. If it's really simple. You put out that kind of stuff, people will show up. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Anyway, guys and girls, I'll see you on another video soon. And yeah, I honest to God hope that this comes to fruition. Restore the Snyderverse.